Thank you, Chair. I'd like to thank Economist. Thank you all for being here, giving me this opportunity to present our point of view regarding possibilities of strengthening regional collaboration through major infrastructure projects. So I'd like to start by first giving a brief description of the climate, the environment within which we operate, so that we know what's on the table here. So politics, the political environment is one of them, and this is practically Cyprus being a member state of the EU, and the importance that the EU assigns to climate change and the Green Deal. Our geography, Cyprus being an island on the periphery of Europe in the Eastern Mediterranean, being a country actually which is situated in the middle of the European Union. And if you expand this region of trade and commerce and politics all through the way to Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, you see that Cyprus is practically sitting in the middle of this region. Geopolitics is a factor, the war in Ukraine and how that has influenced logistics and supply chains. That's a major factor for us, and the crisis in Israel and the need for humanitarian aid. And also, with regard to the Green Deal, how our natural resources affect, how gas exploration will affect how we deal with renewable energy and energy services. So if we go back to how the political environment affects us, the European Union is very keen on increasing the links and the connection and how the member states tie up to each other and also tie up to whatever else, all the other countries around the European Union. So we have these networks, these corridors for transport, for digital, and for energy, that the trans-European network corridors actually, which aim to link regional and national infrastructure to create a coherent European system. Well, we also, in parallel to that, we aim to integrate freight and logistics with the urban dimension and increase and improve logistics resilience. I think that we do have to consider how geopolitics has influenced all this. I think we've been all witnesses to the effect on logistics by the war in Ukraine and how that has disrupted the supply of goods throughout the world. And I think that we as a union need to move forward in actually faster than what we do anticipate, to create parallel routes, parallel networks that will maintain and ensure that services and goods will be supplied to the European Union and to the world around that. The Green Deal, of course, is a major issue. We do anticipate that the Green Deal will affect anything that has to do with delivery of goods. Distance will be equal to energy, and that will be directly related to an energy budget. And I think undoubtedly we will be witnessing how there will be some sort of a gravity related to distance that will increase the cost of goods traveling from a distance, and therefore we will be seeing a further localization and a further regional collaboration because of this. Because of geopolitics, we've seen how important military mobility is and how we need to improve our infrastructure to allow military mobility to function as efficiently as possible. And geography, of course, and how the European Union has a high priority in integrating the Union with all the countries around it, and how we need to relate to our neighboring countries. So, with regard to alternative transport routes, Cyprus is aware of how the European Union is stressing the need for new land routes and how Central Asia needs to join up to the mainland of Europe. But we must also recognize that however many routes we have, they will, of course, satisfy the need for some sort of a delivery of trade and supply of goods, but it will never replace sea routes. And Cyprus lies on a major route from Central Asia through the Suez Canal into Europe. So we are being aware of that. We do aim to upgrade and create a better setup, a better business setup to enable trade to flow freely and at a cheaper cost throughout Europe. So we are working to upgrade our port at Vasiliko in Zigi. This is our second terminal for the Limassol port, and this is intended to be an industrial port, which will also act as an energy hub. So we do intend that to be an addition to our other two ports. So we will be investing a major amount of money to improve our port at Vasiliko, turn that into an energy hub, turn that into an industrial port, and with that respect, try to upgrade our level of service to the region. Of course, our new FSRU and the links to Israel and Crete, whenever they develop, are also major infrastructure projects that aim to improve regional collaboration. We have as a priority to complete our part of the Trans-European Network for Transport program. So for 2030, we are working hard to deliver the new Nicosia South Orbital, and by 2050, we will be, of course, ready with our other road networks, the Limassol Saitas, the Astromeritis, and the Palehori and Boli Spafu highways. So these will be part of the Trans-European Network, and we will be accomplishing that. And in that respect, we do aim to be part of these networks. We have two corridors coming in through Europe, and these road networks tie in with that. With regard to what we expect to happen with the Green Deal, we are moving forward with cold ironing. That's part of the Green Deal, and that's part of our service upgrade. We will be able to provide all ships at port with electricity as per the requirements of the European Union. And also we will be working towards an approach towards our natural resources, towards the LNG in the fields of the shore of Cyprus as a fuel and as a commodity. So we will be investing heavily in that infrastructure. We are also working with the European Union in soft infrastructure, in trying to use technology in improving the pace with which goods can go through Cyprus. We have had discussions with Israel in the past for a fresh food corridor, and that's also an important part for us. Also a part of the soft infrastructure is exchanging best practices with all our regional neighbors here. But most importantly, we do understand that the key geography location for Cyprus is important in providing a stable environment, a safe haven for all sorts of events happening within the region. And we do have this crisis going on in Israel right now. We do have on the table a proposal by the President of Cyprus, Mr. Christodoulidis, to create this humanitarian link just in case this is needed. So I think this proves that we do need to improve on our infrastructure, not only in ports to facilitate even more ships that will be needed for this. Also, we need to improve the services and the infrastructure at airports, because we have been witnessing tremendous traffic flying into Cyprus from military sources in Europe, which do aim to provide rescue facilities, and this is a very important part of providing regional collaboration in the area. So this is something which is pretty new. We have been witnessing how this has stretched our capacity as a country to provide a good service. So we do anticipate that in the near future we will be working on that and be ready just in case, and we all hope this will never be the case again, but just in case this is needed, that Cyprus will be providing even better services at airports and at our ports for military mobility, military presence, for humanitarian aid and for search purposes. So thank you very much. Thank you for listening to this.